All right, you guys want to see? Portland, hazardous air quality. What is it? 307 on the air quality index. 307. What does that mean? It's hazardous. That's what that means. Crazy stuff. Hi guys, what's up? What's happening? I just thought I'd get on here really quick and do a fast update on everything that's happening with me in the Pacific Northwest, status of like the fires and everything like that. Obviously, I'm fine and safe and in my apartment and everything. And then also I wanted to give you guys some recommendations and like what I've been watching basically. I know that we're all trying to make the best of it, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay, so first I want to start with the updates. If you guys may or may not know, I'm located in Oregon right now. I don't know about if we are like right now, but over this past weekend, Portland was ranking as the top city in the world with the worst air quality. Like, can you believe that? I never would have thought, you know, like it's funny coming from like an island, and the worst thing that we had was fog, which I mean, I'm not minimizing that. That's pretty bad for people. But you know, like I never had any kind of reactions to it, maybe like a slight headache or something like that. But then now outside, there's like low visibility, it smells like barbecue all the time, but like not the tasty kind. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's scary, you know? It's scary already being so uncertain with, you know, a global pandemic going on, and then now having to worry about like, oh, I also might catch on fire or, you know, die. Australia just had their wildfires. They're still recovering from all of that, all the animals that have lost their habitat, all the people that have lost their homes, and a lot of directly related and indirectly related deaths from the fires and the smoke. And you know, it's still coming out. Like I think there was like 400 deaths not directly related to the fire. Like it's from everyone inhaling the like toxic air and everything like that. Like it's just wild that Portland has such hazard air, like has a hazard air quality rating right now. Like I should be going outside with like gas masks, and very weird dystopian times it feels like. And I know it's not just Oregon, it's Seattle or like Washington and California. Oh, also something that I have found to be very helpful for those of you guys who are trapped inside your house and you don't have an air purifier, or you can't like really afford to go out and just buy one, is to boil water. And this trick was taught to me by my friend, and it's helpful to put in herbs like eucalyptus, for example, or rosemary or thyme. I think pine also. It just helps put a little bit more of that humidity back into the air, and makes it a little bit more easier to breathe. So that's just a pro tip that was shared with me that I want to share with you, that I found very helpful. Honestly, you know, the biggest benefit of being able to stay home now is that I get to be on like guard duty of making sure that these damn squirrels are not eating my hibiscus plant. I have been at war with these stupid squirrels eating my hibiscus plant for... It honestly feels like we are back in quarantine days at like the beginning of the year. We're just in between a rock and a hard place right now, like in relation to everything, in relation to the election, in relation to like a global pandemic and everything that's happening, in relation to these like wildfires and like just living our lives. And you know what, I'm gonna stop myself because I don't want to sound too whiny about this, because at the end of the day I can count my blessings of I am one of the lucky few people who have not needed to evacuate my home. I still have a job and I'm not worried about where I'm gonna get my next meal or take a shower at, or anything, you know, pretty basic like first world comforts. I haven't gotten sick this entire year. I mean, maybe I'm a little sick, but like in a different way, which is another thing. You guys, it's very important to make sure that you're like keeping up for your mental health, that you're checking in with yourself. Yeah, there's just been a lot of scary things that are happening and have the potential to happen, and you know what? It's not all terrible, because it's not like I haven't been able to do things this year. I mean, January, we took a really cool road trip down to San Francisco. I visited my sisters in Washington. I did some really amazing hikes this summer. I was really fortunate enough to go to like this really pretty place called Opal Creek in kind of like Central Oregon a little bit. It's kind of wild because that day when we were leaving the pools, as we were like walking out, a park ranger was walking in and was like, "Did you guys hear about the fire?" We're like, "No, what fire?" And then he goes, "We're evacuating this whole park. Like, we're evacuating the whole thing. Like, get out." That was like the start of it all. And I should have known and follow us up to Portland. But anyway, I've also still been making videos, both personal and professional. I recently had the opportunity to make a music video for a fantastic human being, Isabeau Walker. Her EP album, Better Metric, she just released that. She's a singer-songwriter from Hawaii, so hey, support. And her whole family, quite honestly, is like incredibly talented. The video features her sister, Kapu, and she choreographed the whole thing. I love working with people who are so passionate about what they do. And this has been one of my most favorite projects that I've done this year. So I highly suggest you check it out. I'll link it somewhere. To be honest, I haven't been watching as many movies as I thought I would. If anything, I feel that I've been gravitating more towards documentaries and docuseries and series that really like, I think what it is I need less fantasy. I feel like fantasy was beginning part of the year, like, oh my God, I cannot believe what's happening. Get me out of here. Like, to imagination land. And now I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm over this BS. I miss human contact. I miss having intellectual conversations and just being challenged to think in non-basic ways. So one of them being Zac Efron's Down to Earth, which, can we all agree, Vanessa is like the main character now. Like, this is so yeah, Down to Earth. It's a show that talks about sustainability and, you know, mindfulness when it comes to like how we interact with our environment and everything like that. To be honest, I can't remember the last Zac Efron thing that I saw after that one episode of like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. But yeah, that one's a really great one that I totally recommend. Another one that I just recently watched was The Social Dilemma. It kind of challenges the ethics of big tech companies such as like Facebook and Instagram, and who's responsible for the behaviors, I guess you can kind of say, that, you know, this current generation is going through, and how do you control information. And then, so those are two good ones that I would suggest you start with. I lied, I'm not all about escaping fantasy and all that shit. I love the Amazon Prime series, The Boys. I think it's really good. It's really graphic, like really graphic, but it's really also entertaining. Like the Marvel universe gets their Bad Santa edit. The annoying but good thing is that they only air new episodes every Friday. So when you can't necessarily binge the new season, you can binge the first season, which we did, but it's like good, you know, it's like I have something to look forward to, I guess, every week. I also started watching Cobra Kai. That was recommended to me. I'll be straight up, I only watched the first episode. It was kind of like goofy. I mean, that's probably not the right word to describe it. I just feel like, you know, the main character, Johnny, he's like the epitome of peaked at high school. Well, okay, wait, no. Let me tell you how Cobra Kai is gonna go, okay? Johnny, he's living in the past. He's Uncle Rico, all right? He's like, all right, I'm gonna start a dojo and like train these Cobra Kai kids. There's gonna be the final tournament, and then the kids are gonna fight, and then he's gonna either lose or win. I think he's gonna lose again, like kind of how the Karate Kid ending was. I think he's gonna lose, and then the turning point, or seems like the most obvious path for him, for his character development, is that instead of being like his super duper abusive sensei from back in the day, who's like, strike fast, strike hard, blah, 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 beat up losers, he's gonna consciously tell that kid that loses, I'm assuming, hey, it's okay. You'll get them next time. And then boom, lessons learned, character development. Oh my God, you know, I did steal your girl kind of a thing from, what's his name? Not Johnny. Freaking whatever the kid from Karate Kid's name was. Danny Russo. You know, Danny's gonna be like, you know what? Maybe I was a dick. And then Johnny's gonna be like, you were. And they're gonna be like, huh, friendship. Anyway, that's my guess of how Cobra Kai ends. I guess it's fun. I don't know. I don't want to rag on it too bad. I've only seen one episode. So yeah, anyway, I don't want this to trail off into too long of a video. So I'm going to wrap this up. Main takeaways here are the West Coast is on fire, but you know what? I'm doing okay. Check out some of those recommendations. Let me know what you think. And then I'm also looking for recommendations. So if you guys have anything for me that you'd like me to watch and give a review on, or maybe break down, that'd be pretty cool. So basically what I'm trying to say is, until next time.